Welcome back to the KEMPIRE Daily YouTube channel, where we talk about some of the hottest topics in entertainment, music, and reality TV. In today's episode, I want to talk about Wendy Williams again. There are a lot of things that were revealed this weekend from Wendy's Lifetime movie and documentary. However, it was actually during her interviews where she was telling stories that we didn't even see in the movie or documentary, including a story about a one-night stand with the actor and rapper Method Man. Method Man's wife is speaking out in a statement. But let's first take a look at what Wendy Williams had to say about this one night stand with Method Man.
The only thing I did, I smoked a blunt with with Method Man, while I gave him a bath, and it was a one night stand. And
what?
And he'll deny it, maybe not.
That wasn't in the movie.
It wasn't in the movie. It wasn't in the movie because Method Man is still very angry at me.
For what?
I don't know, for being me, for telling the truth. It was one night we were in the club, a fight broke out and gunshots broke out. The fight was ridiculous. The whole Wu-Tang was there, but it was only meth up in the rafters. And see, that's where I'd go to observe everything because I was by myself. And he's like, yo, Wendy, because he'd been on the show before, and he was effed up. And I smelled the weed, and I had weed, but he had better, I didn't roll blunts, I rolled joints because I was never really a blunt roller, and they're sloppy. He rolled a blunt, we smoked a blunt, we watched the fight, we heard the gunshots, the cops came in. He was rolling with, the car from Staten Island with the whole clan and their people. And I said to him, I guess I batted my eyes and, rocked my shoulders, how you do.
Yeah.
And I said, you want to come over? And he said, yeah, I'll follow you. And I said, give me your hand. And I grabbed his hand and he put his head down and I put my head down, and people didn't even realize at the time it was Wendy. And one of the biggest stars, the leader of the biggest group in the world, just left, got in her Pathfinder, and went back to her penthouse in Jersey City, where she bathed him in her jacuzzi tub.
Wow.
And smoked more weed. That was back in the coke days. I don't remember what he did. I'm not going to implicate him on that. I did give.
I don't know if I'm asking too much, but did you guys go all the way?
Yes.
Wow.
What are you, stupid?
I mean,
are you out of your mind?
Yo, have you told this story before? I've never heard this.
I wrote about it in my autobiography, but a lot of people don't read, so they don't understand.
A lot of people don't read.
I don't seem like Meth's type because he had so many girls, and I was the big mouth on the radio. But once you get high and see the other side, and we're in a 3-bedroom hardwood floor duplex overlook. I had the most beautiful view of Manhattan ever.
Did he bring the pain? Did he bring the pain? All right.
And Biggie, I got high with Biggie. We blew blunts, but he was so fat he couldn't drive because the steering wheel was in the way. You know what I mean?
If you've been following Wendy Williams' career, you know that the real reason why Method Man probably is still pissed at Wendy is because Wendy went on her radio show and revealed that his wife at the time was battling cancer. Well, his wife, for the very first time, is making an official statement on her social media about why she has an issue with Wendy Williams. First off, I never really even knew what Method Man's wife looked like. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. I digress. Anyways, this is the statement from Tamika Smith. For years, I kept my silence while Wendy Williams launched constant verbal attacks against my husband, myself, and our family. In the past, I ignored her lies, innuendos, and blatant attempts to provoke us. But Wendy has proven again and again that she is incapable of any decency. Her obsession with our lives has reached a new low, and I'm tired of taking the high road. In an obvious attempt to increase ratings for her sad biopic, her struggling TV show, and her burnt-out career, Wendy has once again targeted my husband. It's a pattern that she has repeated for years. When I was diagnosed with cancer years ago, Wendy shared my personal medical information with her listeners live on the air during her radio broadcast. She didn't care that she was violating my right to privacy or that I hadn't shared the news of my diagnosis with my family and friends yet. She never apologized, never expressed any regret whatsoever. Which is interesting because during a recent interview with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, Wendy said that she wanted to apologize to Evelyn Lozada for the things that she said about Evelyn.
Evelyn Lozada, that I can remember. Okay. I mean, maybe they got pissed behind the scenes and I might have heard it through a third or fourth party or something like that. But Evelyn got right at me. And now I'm still waiting for her to, be on the Zoom or come to New York or whatever, or let me have her personal telephone number to call her. I want to apologize to Evelyn because she had that shoe store in Miami and she told me in no uncertain terms through another housewife, because Evelyn wasn't invited on the show anymore because Evelyn was spreading this rumor that Kevin was in there with another girl who wasn't me, clearly, and was buying a pair of size not 11 and a half woman shoe. Do you understand? So I want to apologize to Evelyn because she saw something that I didn't, I knew he was cheating at that time, but I didn't realize he was having the balls to actually go out and introduce her to his boys and take her on vacation, not using his passport, because I was always in charge of all 3 Hunter passports.
Right. And she said she wanted to apologize for that, but she didn't want to apologize for this? Despite my anger, I chose not to respond publicly to her unhealthy fixation with my husband and our marriage. It was clear that she was sick and that she was struggling with a lot of issues, including self-hate and low self-esteem. Over the years, those issues have made her increasingly ugly, both inside and out. And no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugliness inside of her. Instead of using her platform to uplift women, she has spent her career attacking marriages while her own fell apart. She criticized celebrities battling addictions despite her own struggles with substance abuse. There's no limit to how low she will go in the name of making headlines. Tamika Smith continued and said, her career is on life support. Her husband has abandoned her and the ratings for all of her projects are down. She's desperate for attention and is trying to use my husband's popularity as a way to get her name trending. How sad that a woman who was once revered in the entertainment industry, she was? Okay. Has reduced herself to a tabloid side note and circus freak. For the record, my marriage is solid. My husband continues to enjoy a successful career, and Wendy will forever be one of the most miserable bitches on the planet. I mean, that was a classy read. That was a classy read. I know a lot of people are speculating that Wendy Williams, has done a lot of different things, specifically this week in order to drum up conversations and ratings for her biopic, including a fight between her and her, which we found out during the documentary, her best friend, Tommy, her brother. I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Wendy does know the business. She does know what makes people talk. It wouldn't surprise me that she brought up all these stories that aren't even mentioned in the biopic or documentary in order to drum up conversations about her movie and documentary. I don't think the Wendy Williams show is struggling in regards to ratings, to be honest with you. And no offense. Is it the same as it was during other seasons? Maybe not. But Wendy Williams still has relevancy in this industry, no matter what people want to say. I get it. She's attacked your family. You're mad at her. I get it. And you have every right to make this statement. But in regards to ratings and things like that, I like to deal in facts. And I honestly don't believe the Wendy Williams show is struggling to that level. Does she do things to bring more ratings? Could ratings be better? Of course. She's definitely not at the level of what Oprah was in her heyday. But I actually am glad that Tamika decided to actually release a statement, because back in the day when that cancer rumor came out, they really said nothing. Even when she did say something, there was shade, but just classy shade. And she really did give us a lot of classy shade. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this video, because she never speaks out. She never has been in the limelight. And she's really held Method Man down throughout any dramas that have gone on in Method Man's career. Do I believe Wendy Williams had a one night stand with Method Man? Method Man and a lot of the Wu-Tang Clan and a lot of people in the industry had extramarital affairs. So anything's possible, allegedly. Anyways, as always, let's continue the conversation in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Tamika's statement and some of the things that Wendy Williams has been saying this week in regards to her past. And also, did you watch the documentary and biopic? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the uploads.